of the Uncharted games for me, really, is the communication between Drake and Sully. They are hilarious. What's your favourite Drake and Sully moment in the series?
Undoubtedly, it has to be, and I don't even remember what game it was in. It's all kind of a blur after 10 years. But there was a moment in the script where we were supposed to say, we gotta keep moving. He said something like, it's so hot. And instead, Richard McGonigal he said, I'm sweating like a hooker in church. And I just looked at him and I went, and just out of the blue, I just went, you brought a hooker to church? And he just looked at me and went, why not? And it was just one of those moments that just, it was one of those perfect moment that was Sully and Drake, but it was a little bit of Richard and Nolan. So that was one of my favorite exchanges. And a lot of times, those things came up. We always had so much fun. So that's the capper for me. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Uncharted 2, that bit. I remember you guys being like the
I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm threatening to play through them all again and film it. So.
That was going to be my question. Anyway.
All right. Well, let's ask that question.
Okay. What would be your favourite, for personal reasons and as game goes?
You know what? The best answer I can give you is people ask me that all the time, and I kind of look at it like 4 years of high school. Okay, so freshman year was the first Uncharted, because there was no such thing as Uncharted 1. We didn't know we'd get a 2, but we had. So that's your freshman year. Nobody really knows you, but you have a good year. But then your second year, which we in the States, sophomore year, we become a hit. You get straight A's, and you become the captain of the football team, which yes is different here, but I know I'm a Premier League fan, so. You become big, and then you're the valedictorian, you're the smartest, and you have the prettiest girlfriend in school. You are the belle of the ball. So by the time 3 came around, man, we're having fun. Junior year, that third year, was probably my most fun to make because we were already coming off the high of 2, and I knew there was going to be a 4. And 4 was great. But I knew it was the end, and it's like, gotta go to uni or get a job. What am I gonna do? So it's like you could see it was sort of like, this isn't the last session, is it? So I kind of look at him that way. That's I think 2 overall to play was one of my favorites because it just the pacing of it was so much like a film. Every scene seemed to have urgency to get to the next one. And they're all like my kids, so I can't really pick one that I like more over the other. Yes.
So the Deadpool game did amazing, and is there any chance of the Deadpool game getting a sequel? And if so, how would you want to do that game? Would it be like a multiverse Deadpool, so Gwenpool and all of those? And if you got a chance to work with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, what would you say?
First of all, let's go with the Ryan Reynolds thing. I love what he does with that. I've been a fan of his since he did Two Guys, a Girl, in a Pizza Place, which is a role that I actually tested at the network against him and a couple other people. I think the story is he always kind of had it. And I remember it was one of the first TV shows I had gotten close to, or what appeared to be close to getting. And it was the first show that got picked up that I had auditioned for. So when I saw it, I remember watching him going, I remember being upset. Oh man, I wanted to get that job. Then I saw Ryan Reynolds in that, and it was one of my favorite shows. And I thought he was brilliant. So I from then on, I'd been a fan of his films. I just loved his timing and he had this charm and this smart ass charm that I find funny. So I'm hoping these films he's made, which I'm a fan of, might lead to another game. And of course, he can't do it, because stay out of it. But he actually did a shout out to me with Jacksepticeye, but with my game, and it was really cool that I knew that he had been a fan of I think it was Hulk vs. Wolverine. because he watches all. He's a Deadpool fan, which is why I think he's so great at it. He has a personal investment in making it the best it can be. So I hope his movies do lead to another game. And yeah, multiverse, whatever. I love playing that character. It's one of my favorite characters to voice because he can say anything. He can be dark and funny is funny to me. So so being a fan of it, let's get Activision on board. Let's do another one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next.
So have you seen the Uncharted fan film with Nathan Fillion?
Yeah.
What did you think of it, and did you speak to him about that, or about you taking over for his kids?
Okay. Glad you asked that. No, I thought it was great. Thought Nathan did a great job. He's been a fan of the franchise for a long time, and as he put it in one of his posts, he said, "Thanks for letting us scratch that itch." I thought it was great. You know, it's to see him doing his thing. I did not take over for Cade 6, and Nathan is incredibly busy. He's got a new television show that I think looks great called The Rookie, and he's also, I think, one of the executive producers. And it's anybody who knows that world, it's incredibly time consuming. And he had just been coming off one of the most successful television shows in TV history with Castle. And he had a break. He was take some time off. He was not available to do this, and they asked me to do some temp work just to kind of fill in until maybe fill in for Fillion. And that's all I really did. It was a session. It turned out to be 2 because you had to kind of go back and fix some things that didn't sound quite right. I will be uncredited on this. Cade 6 is one of my personal favorite characters. My son plays. I love what he does with that. So I literally just filled in for 2 sessions just to take care of this role. As you saw in the trailer, there is Cade 6. I'm not going to reprise that. Again, it was a scheduling thing. He was cool with it, and that was, my biggest fear is that I don't want Destiny fans to think he's taking over all the roles. It's like, no, this was just a one-time thing. And quite frankly, if they say, hey, we want you to do more Cade 6 for the next one, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Get a Cade 7 or get Nathan back, because that's, if he's available, because I'm just not. It's not. I like the Ghost. That's what I want to do. But it was keep it in the Bungie family. I was there. I had done the temp for him. That's it. So there's no hard feelings. Everything. My biggest fear is that the fans will revolt, because I probably felt like doing it too. I'm like, no, because it really was a discussion. Like, no, we can't do that. Like, he's just not here. I'm like, well, I'll do the temp till you can get him, until it came right up to the time where they have to lay some stuff in.
So is that like the temp, and then he'll come in and do all this stuff?
Sometimes it's done like that, but he can't. He couldn't, and now it's done. So, of course, if they ever could do it and find the time, maybe, because I obviously went back and on a live game, they could fill it back in. But it is a death scene, so I don't know if you could come back for one and go, oh yeah, dead, great. I was hoping they would process it. Like, I told him one time, I said, maybe just have him get shot in the throat, and his hand's different. And so, it's the same ad. We just kind of do the attitude, because I can't mimic him. You try to get it close, but I'm being serious. My son, my own son, his favorite is Cade 6, and when I told him, he was like, "Oh, that sucks." So I think it sucks too, and we just did our best, and it's the game's still a great game, and it is a revenge mission. My favorite part about the game, by the way, is the Ghost gets a little edgy, a little badass. He's not happy. They killed Cade. They killed his Ghost. It's a revenge mission. Yes.
Given its last one.
Yeah. Oh God, sorry.
You voiced a mass of characters over the years. Is there any character that you haven't voiced that you would love to do?
I just look forward to the next original character. There's no character that one of my friends has done that I covet. there's no point in that because and it's funny in our business, I've gotten sides because they're going to do a new Wolverine something, an animated series, something like that. And I'll just look and go, no, that's Steve Bloom. And I just put it down. I'm going to do my Steve Bloom impression. Why would I do that? Get Steve. The Hulk. That's Fred Tatasciore. No interest. We don't do that. You don't really, one of the great things about the voiceover industry is we're all fans of each other for the most part. I don't know if anybody's a fan of mine, but I mean, it's like, I am. I mean, I'll listen to, I'll see Fred at a session and I said, oh, you're doing that? I read for that. What'd you do? And then he'll do his and I'm like, oh, that's so much better. It's so cool. And it's always works that way. It's a tight industry and, really, I remember doing the Transformers Prime series and there I am in a room with Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, Kevin Michael Richardson, people I've looked up to. I just worked the other day with Rob Paulson again, and this time he's directing me, and it's like, it's Rob Paulson, it's Pinky, and Carl Weezer, for the record, is like my favorite animated character like ever. I always do his Jimmy Neutron, and but I do I'm just doing my Rob Paulson, and like he and Welker like live right near me. Like that's not a mistake. They lived there first. I called my realtor and I'm like, find me somewhere between these two addresses, and they did. No, I'm seriously, I'm as big a geeky fan as anybody of those guys, and I just, I'm honored to be able to call them a peer. It's pretty cool. It still makes me uncomfortable saying that, but it's true. I do. One more, because I talked real fast. I know it's a schedule, but him, the guy.
Obviously, you are sort of Mr. Video Games to a degree. Like you've voiced many video game characters. But which line and which character is your least favorite? Not your most favorite.
Oh, Jesus. Did you hear him when he said I did a mass of characters? You want to find my least favorite line?
One particular moment or character that you just remember?
Do you know what? Okay. I did something for a video game years ago. Small role called Bratz. You know that. And I'm like, this is early in your career, and I'm reading these lines, and you're kind of going down. And there was one, and it was like I was like a different shop owners. I don't know anything about it, but there's one line, and you're saying it, you do it, do 2 in a row, next line, 2 in a row, and you're just kind of piling through it, and it came up to something like, you know who doesn't like cell phones? Old people. What? And I looked at the director, and he goes, I know. And I'm like, this is for kids? This is so rude and disrespectful to, what happened to respect your elders? And I remember, it's oddest little thing, but that was one of the ones that just made me go, oh man, this is for kids, and it's like, just seemed like, but it's for brats, and it's like, I don't know, I don't even know what it is. They look like little prostitutes. I don't know. Saying what I'm saying, I was like, I don't know, what is this? This is this is for children, and I was like, it's the only one where I ever kind of went, oh God, I don't know. It just seems so odd to me that you'd be doing that. And just don't. I think South Park did a whole episode about that kind of thing, and just about like, is this what we're teaching our kids? Really? I think we can do better. So, well, I'll probably get in trouble for that, but
They probably agree with that.
I don't know. But people agree with it. Thanks.